but I look at it from a macro economic viewpoint, and I put a lot of things together. But they pulled a couple of linchpins out here, and I think we've started into depression. And, 2 years ago, when I said this is the beginning of recession, nobody agreed. And then a year ago, a few economists, Schiller and Labini and a few others, said, yes, we are in a recession. And the government discovered it last month, a little late to the party.
In fact, they finally said, it really started December of 2007. It's been around for a long time. How could they not see what was going on? But they know what's going on. How about
all the other economists and analysts as well? They've kept their mouth shut, because if they don't, they lose their job.
Right, and of course the thing is, it is just like what they're doing today. It's a lot of busy work. It's like the doctor used to do if he was going to deliver a baby at home. He'd send everybody out to boil water. Why do they boil water? To keep people busy, Not that it was going to do anything very important, but they had to boil. It had to get people doing something. So they're giving the public the impression they're really trying to do something. They're going to have all these spending projects. They know they're not going to work because they haven't worked over in Japan. They've been trying to get their economy going there for 18 years now, and they keep pouring more and more and more money, but it just doesn't work. And until you get back to a gold-backed currency, till you get the government out of it, till you have a free society, things are going to continue getting worse and worse and worse. And I fear that before this is over, they're going to destroy the value of our currency. They're going to, of course, to impoverish our people, and of course, in the process, the pension funds will go, the insurance policies will go, the investments in bonds and everything else will be destroyed. They know what they're doing, but they've got to give you the impression they're going to do something great for us, and they're really not. What they want to do is destroy us and then force the whole world into the one world government. And if you haven't read Henry Kissinger's article, January 12th, International Herald Tribune, get it, read it, understand. He tells you exactly what's going to happen. Chaos. Those are his words, not mine. Let's go to Mike, who's called. Oh, George, have anything else you want to say? I guess we lost George. Let's go to Mike calling from Santa Cruz. Hi, Mike. You have a question or comment?
A little of both.
All right. Let me get our telephone number out one more time. It's 1-888-24-LIBERTY. 1-888-24-LIBERTY or 464-8295, and then go right ahead, Mike.
Well, I've been thinking that these stimulus packages and bailouts are nothing more than a big smokescreen for the central banks to loan more money or actually extend more phony credit to the Treasury. And that's all it is. That's all they're after, is to get us more and more in debt. And then that credit gets used to build infrastructure, which they're going to just take back in the end after the whole thing falls apart, and nothing can get paid back to the central banks. They'll start taking national resources and infrastructure, whether it's the United States or any other country. What do you think, Bob?
I think you're right. Could come out that way.
It just seems to be their bottom line, long-term goal. That's all they're after.
Right. And we're seeing the greatest transfer of wealth that's ever recorded in human history. I mean, Ben Bernanke and Paulson have given away $2 trillion. I think it's primarily from the Federal Reserve. $2 trillion. They won't tell anybody where it's gone. If you read the second report of the Congressional Oversight Panel, it was appointed to find out how the TARP funds were spent. I think that came out about the 8th or 10th of June. Anyway, you can get it on the Internet, 8th of January, as I should say. Well, the Treasury Department won't tell Congress, the Congressional Panel, where the TARP funds went. They won't tell them how they were spent, how this was going to help our economy. They're not trying to help our economy. Get that report, you almost want to weep. And as they say, we are very concerned because they won't answer our questions. Why won't the United States Treasury tell the United States Congress what they've done with all this money? Because they don't want to know the public to know that they're not trying to stop the crisis. Anything else, Mike?
Well, we have this new story that came out today with Pfizer buying this right now. Pfizer bought this Wyeth pharmaceutical, and they're being funded by these 4 other banks that were given TARP money.
Right.
I can tell you the names of them in just a second.
So it doesn't matter. We take your word for it. Do you know anything about that, Bob?
Yes, I saw the buyout, but I didn't know the money was drug money.
Oh,
well, it's a $60 billion merger by Pfizer buying Wyeth, and Pfizer's bid, it says here, is being financed by 4 banks that receive federal bailout money: Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan Chase, Citigroup, and Bank of America. It seems to me like the chickens have come home to roost.
Basically, they all took bailout money, so I don't know what they're talking about. They all took, I mean, certainly, I know the Bank of America took bailout money. I know the Goldman Sachs took bailout money. I know the J.P. Morgan Chase. So I don't think they're telling us the truth.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mike?
All we can do is go on what they say, whether it's the truth or not.
Right, but we have to have a memory, and that's God gave us a memory, and we can remember what happened in the past. But basically, Chris, what you're really seeing is consolidation of power in very few hands. Go back and read Edward Bellamy's book, Looking Backwards, written in the 1880s. And he can say everything was going to be consolidated until we had the great corporation that controlled everything. And he also said in 1880, looking forward to the year 2000, and a credit card will be just as good in Europe as gold once was. And that's just what's happened. Hey, we're out of time. Anything else, Mike?
That's all. Thanks a lot.
God bless. Let's go to George calling from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Hi, George. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine. Thank you, Stan. And Bob, I just had a question on houses, buying a house. We're leasing a house. We have been for 2 years. Wondering how much longer before we should actually buy one.
Well, every area is going to be different, but an absolute minimum of 2 years.
2 more.
Right, and it could be a lot longer than that.
Yeah, because you say we're going into a stage. First they're going to go to inflation, then they're going to hit a severe deflation. Is that when you purchase it, during the deflation?
Right.
Right. And,
okay.
The $700,000 house might be available for $200,000. I mean, who knows?
Right.
But the thing is, get your money into gold and silver. Don't leave it in the bank, because you don't even know what's going to happen in the banks.
Right.
An awful lot of them are insolvent. An awful lot of banks just came out with an announcement they're losing money. It's rather scary when you see so many of the good banks, small banks, losing money.
Right. I don't have any left in the bank.
Okay, very good.
Thank you so much.
God bless. Let's go to Steve calling from Pennsylvania. Steve, how you doing?
Okay, real good, Dr. Stan, and hi, Mr. Chapman. In 7 days, February 1st, 2009, down in Tampa, they'll be playing the Super Bowl. I guess Pittsburgh Steelers will be going after the 6th Super Bowl ring.
All right, fine. They're going to have to get it away from the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm going to be rooting for them because of the quarterback there is a good Christian.
Okay. Seeing that they already had that movie out, The Sum of All Fears, wouldn't a major disruption at the Super Bowl event take our minds off the financial event and move the interest of the New World Order forward?
Well, it could sidetrack people for several days, but I don't think it'll go beyond that.
I think that we don't know what they're up to. You know, we do know, looking back on 9/11, that it was all contrived. How do we know that? Because they lied to about us. That there were actually 29 hijackings that morning, at least. I mean, they were all simulated. They were having war games that morning, and so many of them involved simulated hijackings. Why haven't the American people ever heard about that? They recently declassified and allowed the testimony of 125 first responders to be had, and they all heard the explosions. They saw the explosions, the buildings. Why haven't the American people heard about that? Instead, you can go to Richard Gage's website. That's AE for 911 Truth. That's for architects and engineers for 911truth.org, I think it is, or .com. AE911truth.org or com, and you can actually get information on those first responders' statements. How could you conceal something like that from the American people? And of course, you can conceal it because they control the media. So